The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it.
Hello guys, how are you doing? Wherever you are, I hope you're doing well. And following on the remarks made by Donald Trump of invading Gaza, I don't know what you think about this. Let's first play the video and keep me updated. Tell me what you think in the comment section. I'll give you my view later after this clip. And if this is your first time in this channel, we urge you to subscribe and also share.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different.
The Secretary General will say that the search for solutions, we must not make the problem worse. It is vital that we stay true to the bedrock of international law. It is essential to avoid any form of ethnic cleansing. And of course, he will reaffirm the two-state solution.
This is a failed Israeli plan, and it's impossible to transfer us from Gaza. We lived under bombardments for a year and a half. After all this suffering, starvation, bombardments, and death, we won't easily leave Gaza.
All of our children's homes have been demolished and our house is half destroyed. Rain comes into the house, cold is coming in, and we will still stay whatever happens. Even if we stay in the tent, even if they give us castles and villas, we are not leaving our lands.
Some in Tel Aviv saying it isn't a solution.
I think it's not realistic. It's not a solution. This is not a way to resolve this conflict between the nations. So we thought that comment from U.S. President would be more something that can happen.
The long-term future of Gaza has been the source of controversy. Most of the international community has supported a two-state solution, but Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has not wanted to give up Israeli control of the region. He said Trump's idea is worth talking about. What's unclear is what would become of Palestinians currently living in the region. Trump has called for countries like Egypt and Jordan to take them in. Arab countries in the Middle East have for decades been reluctant to accept Palestinian refugees.
But the Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so this could be so magnificent. But more importantly than that is the people that have been absolutely destroyed that live there now can live in peace in a much better situation because they're living in hell.
If President Trump wants to create a Riviera, then let it be with Palestinians in their homeland, in their land of their ancestors. We have tried refuge before, we have tried displacement before, and it will not happen again.
Today, Trump's press secretary appeared to back away from his assertion that Gazans need to be permanently resettled.
That he expects our partners in the region, particularly Egypt and Jordan, to accept Palestinian refugees temporarily so that we can rebuild their home.
Saudi Arabia's foreign ministry issued a statement saying His Royal Highness emphasized that Saudi Arabia will continue its relentless efforts to establish an independent Palestinian state. Australia's Prime Minister also reiterated their position is the same as before.
The Australian government support on a bipartisan basis, a two-state solution in the Middle East.
Palestinian militant group Hamas condemned Trump's remarks. A senior Hamas official today saying Gaza is certainly not a common land and it is not a property that can be bought and sold. Among other countries, leaders in Russia, China, and Brazil also voicing support for a two-state solution. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying the proposal was a generous offer.
So what he's very generously has offered is the ability of the United States to go in and help with debris removal, help with munitions removal, help with reconstruction, the rebuilding homes and businesses and things of this nature, so that then people can move back in. But in the meantime, they'll have to live somewhere.
I believe the citizens there, they should be given that freedom to decide what happens with their area. before any action is taken. Now, this path will raise a lot of concerns, one being legal and ethical quagmire. Invading and occupying Gaza would likely violate international laws. The UN Charter prohibits the acquisition of territory by force, and forcibly relocating Gaza's 2 million residents could be deemed ethical cleansing. Where will these 2 million people go? And that's why you see UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres warning against this ethnic cleansing after Trump's Gaza proposal. And I think this is one of the reasons that Trump started withdrawing from UN step by step, because I think he wants to evade this law. And it's not only that, but there is also military and security challenges, and this could also be dangerous for the US military, because Gaza's dense urban environment will make military operations extremely challenging. They could face prolonged guerrilla warfare, leading to significant casualties among the troops. And also the allies of the US in the Middle East, including Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Jordan, they have already rejected the idea. This move could destabilize the region and strain their diplomatic relations. And if you look at historical precedents, they must consider the lessons learned from the past interventions, like Iraq. Prolonged occupation can also lead to insurgency in the region, and also loss of international credibility. The last invasion of US in Iraq resulted in prolonged conflict and regional instability. And does Trump want this? He said that when he gets into office, he's going to end these wars. But we can definitely see it's the opposite of what he was saying. Because is he going to end these wars if this is the steps that he has started making? And Trump should clearly know that invading and occupying Gaza carries significant risks. He must be very carefully and weigh these dangers before proceeding, because you can see even they've started protesting after that speech. Now, until the next video, and if this is your first time in this channel, we urge you to subscribe and also share for you to get more of this. Goodbye.